Hey guys, Jeremy here at Mywaymfg. I have been so busy the last 3 weeks with furnaces, furnace checks, furnace repairs, repiped a house, finished a bathroom remodel. I haven't had any time to do any YouTube stuff really. I had this idea in my head for a while though. I've got these John Deere garden tractor wheels I'm not using. I think I got 4 of them, all the same. I'm gonna cut one of them up. I got an idea of maybe trying to make a pulley for that back wheel on the Model T to run a belt to. And I can't really hold this up there and test fit anything or see what anything's gonna work like until I get the tire off of it. I gotta cut the rim anyway, so I'm just gonna cut it here at the bead. See if I can peel this tire off there. And then maybe I can take one of the back wheels off and just kind of hold it up there and see if it's even close. But the offset on this from where it bolts to the axle and to the outside of the rim is about 5 inches center. Back spacing, I guess you would call it. I've got like 7 inches on the Model T before I hit a frame rail or anything. So I'm thinking that would probably work about right in that regard, as long as I can get everything else to work. But I think I just need to start cutting it up and see, you know. All right, got that flange cut off. I got to cut this again right down through here so we can get, we don't want this sticking past this. So I'm going to try to scribe a line on here, make another cut. Just try to kind of hold my finger here and keep this straight. Ought to be close enough for what we're doing. Back out here at the Model T, I got one of the wheels off so we can start test fitting some stuff. My friend Troy dropped me off some hubcaps the other day. That looks good on there. I got the other one too, but yeah, I like that just fine. Thanks, Troy. I mentioned in that video I'd like to find a couple of them center caps fit them old Chevy wheels. He just happened to have some laying in his backyard, he said. What's the chances of that? All right, if you've been following along this whole time, my grandpa had built this cart and he used to pull it behind a tractor. And he had an oat seeder that went on the back that he would fill this with oats and seed oats. So anyway, he had welded this brake drum into the wheel, and he spent quite a lot of time doing it. He's bent some round rod here and made L-shaped brackets, and he's welded that all in looks like 4 places. And he would had some kind of a drive unit mounted to this wheel. I don't know if it was a pulley, sprocket. I'm not sure how it worked. It's not on here anymore. But I think that bracket right there was part of it. But anyway, this is welded in there good. So I'm thinking, there's my wheel I just cut up. This thing centers perfectly over this ridge on the inside of this brake drum. Right there, that's centered up just right. So I'm gonna have to cut the center out of this to get back over that, and then get all the holes drilled where my wheel studs come through. Center-wise, that ought to be just right. This is sticking out. I think I said earlier 5 inches, which is, it's going to put the pulley right up here against this frame rail. Oh, let me see if I can hold this up here and kind of show you. If that was on there, that would put our belt about right there, which would probably be about right. And then that piece I cut off of the wheel, you know, I'll put it right here to make a pulley, you know. It's already V'd like it should be, more or less. I think that should work. And this seems strong enough. You know, it was made strong enough for a garden tractor wheel, so is it strong enough for this? I don't know. I think it is. But anyway, so far I think this is working. I just got to get my flange and bolt pattern cut in, and then weld the air side of the pulley on there. Easy peasy, right? Yeah. So as I flip it over and I look at it from this side, I'm going to have to grind out the center where the yellow's at and drill 6 new holes there. And then that's all just going to get squeezed and sandwiched together with the lug nuts. The only thing I'm seeing at the present moment that I might have to do, these aren't very long studs. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to get longer wheel studs. More than likely. That's not a big deal, right? All right, let's cut that out. There's my pulley. I'm gonna gonna get this ground back to where I got like the right width for a, I suppose I'm using a 3/4 inch belt. I might ought to kind of make sure of that first. But I get this ground down to where it's right width, and then just weld that solid all the way around. And that should do it. Making this hole bigger, I really need to get over to where my air compressor's at with a die grinder, probably on that. And then I should be able to just drill the holes for the wheel studs to come through. I really feel that's going to be strong. That's going to be a big, strong pulley. If I want a 5-to-1 gear ratio, which is what I was thinking, 5-to-1 is kind of what I had in mind, I would just diameter of that is 12 inches. So 5-to-1. What would I do? I would need it 5 times smaller than that, right? That'd give me like a, I need to get my calculator out. That was saying to get 5-to-1, I would need 2.4 inches on my pulley off of the transmission. It's a little small. I might have to go a little bit bigger than that, but does it really matter? You know, whatever works, I guess. I'll just have to see what I can find, you know. But it would appear to me that this is all going to work, at least in my mind, until we try it, but I don't see any reason why it won't. And that's good to know, because this has been bouncing around in my brain for quite some time. So at some point we're going to finish this up and see what happens. For right now, I guess I'm just going to put it in with my Model T parts, you know. So anyway, that might be about as far as I get with it today. But at least I did something, and I didn't feel like doing anything. I just wanted you guys to see me. I thought maybe you missed me, you know. I didn't want to just go AWOL. I was talking to my son last night. We were talking to our friend that lives across the street. We got talking about television sets. I don't know what brought it up, but I got to saying, back in 1996, I bought a brand new 27-inch tube type TV. That's what they had back then. And back in 96, 27-inch was kind of a big, nice TV. It was a Zenith. I gave quite a bit of money for it, you know, and I said that was kind of a disappointing TV. It didn't last very long. Colton, he's 25 years old. He's standing there and he's like, well, he said, that could be my fault. I look at him and he said, when I was a little kid, he said, I realized if I stuck magnets on it, I could move the color around. And he said, I thought that was a really neat thing to do. He said, next thing I know, the color's all screwed up. Got red or green, or you couldn't adjust it out. Well, I see it, that sucker owes me a TV, you know? Anyway, he was just a little guy. Still owes me a TV. Anyway, that might do it for today's video. Like I said, not much of a video, but it kind of is. It kind of is a good video, because how else were we going to do that? It had to be offset to the inside to miss everything, and this is going to just work out, I think. Let's carry it back out there and set it in there now that this is on there, and just look at it one more time. This is just going to be setting up against the wheel studs, but it kind of gives you an idea. That'll just be in further towards the frame rail. I think that should work out just fine. Mount the motor in the back. have our transmission tail shaft sticking out right here somewhere with a belt going around. And we should be able to kind of hide everything underneath the fender. Might have to build a little shroud or something, but mostly hid behind that fender, I think. Yeah. So anyway, I think for now I'll put the wheel back on. I want to thank y'all for watching. I'm feeling pretty good about this, I think. So next spring when we jump in this thing and head on our cross-country road trip, we'll just hope it works, you know? That's all we can do is wait and see. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all them things. We'll catch you on the next one. Later. Jeremy.